Here's what you should never buy into. The idea that having an outward appearance of success is actually the same as being successful. The outside world can't give you a feeling of success in a lasting or meaningful way. Not with all the money, not with every prize, and not with all the praise. I mean, those things are great, and you can and will certainly enjoy those things as they come, but they are the byproducts of success. And that's all they are, the byproducts, not success itself. Many entrepreneurs burning out because they make the mistake of chasing the byproducts of success, believing that it will make them feel successful. Don't burn yourself out chasing byproducts. You can do better. You deserve better. Today we're answering the question on every entrepreneur's mind: how can I be successful and avoid burnout? Here's the truth about success that no one is talking about. There really is no true definition of success. Seriously, only you can define what success means to you. And yeah, the world will definitely have its own ideas. It always does. And culturally, we are being flooded with idealistic impressions of what success is supposed to look like. And we see just about every time we look at the screen. For the most part, that's all flashing lights, smoke and mirrors, and it's typically designed to steal your attention away just long enough to make you want to buy something. Here's why it's a waste of time and energy to pursue success according to today's standards. Because today's standards could get thrown out yesterday's news. It's a moving goalpost, and it was designed that way to keep people unsatisfied with their lives. Why? Because unsatisfied people tend to spend more money on things they don't need. Let's take a look at a recent shining example of someone who completely upended the expectations of the entire world to stay true to her own personal definition of success, and discuss the 3 most common causes of entrepreneurial burnout and how you can avoid them by staying true to your own definition of success. Okay, so going into the 2021 Olympics, world-class gymnast Simone Biles had the whole country looking to her basically dominate the entire world of competitive gymnastics for Team USA. At 20 years old, she already made history at the 2016 Olympics in Rio by winning 4 gold medals. Outside of the Olympics, she won 19 gold medals at the World Championships. And I am only mentioning the gold ones. Altogether, she has 32 medals, imagine. And she's also the first American to win the world medal in every gymnastics event. She sounds pretty successful, right? So, what happened? When she went to the 2021 Olympics at the age of 24 and began to experience serious signs of burnout, she chose to step down from several events to protect her own personal well-being. And what happened when she chose self-care over pushing and pushing and pushing? Many people, in their disappointment, chose to move that imaginary goalpost we all set for ourselves, that imaginary goalpost of success, and they called her a quitter, a co-quitter. One of the all-time greatest gymnasts on the planet ever, getting called a quitter for choosing to take care of herself rather than risk her life to put on a good show. I'd say that's a little insane, right? And that's right there, my friend. That's the perfect example for why you can't allow the outside world to have any say in whether or not you're successful. That's why you need your own personal definition of success. Olympic athletes, along with anyone, including you, who possesses an elite ability, whether it's in sports or business, art, communication, innovation, science, they all have one thing in common. They all make it look easy. So maybe that made it easy for the world to forget that every single time Simone Biles catapults her body twisting through the air, that she's risking serious injury and even death. But you know who doesn't forget? Her. Because she's the one taking all the risk. Sound a bit familiar? Don't be shy. As an entrepreneur, I bet you can relate. Entrepreneurs take huge risks. To quote Biles, we're human too. So we have to protect our minds and our bodies, rather than just go out there and do whatever the world wants us to do. Sound familiar? Maybe your talents don't involve such an obvious threat to your health and safety, but make no mistake, entrepreneurial burnout is real. And if ignored over time, it can lead to serious and, in some cases, permanent setbacks to your career, your finances, your relationships, yeah, definitely, your health, big time. Did you know that over 70% of all health insurance claims reported by businesses across the U.S. are due to stress-related illnesses? That's proof on paper of extreme burnout being normalized by our society. We're talking about millions of people who are chronically ignoring their own well-being to chase the byproducts of success, and where it has led to them. To a hospital bed where they are unable to enjoy any of it. And whether it takes 5 years or 25 years of burnout to catch up with you, it still sucks all the same. You can do better, and you will do better. Your mindset sets the course of your mission. So you can decide within yourself right now that you are a success, that you are your own greatest asset. And in doing so, set your course for greatness. So, as promised, here are the 3 most common causes of entrepreneurial burnout so that you can avoid them. Look out for these. Number 1, sustaining high level of performance with low levels of self-care. Just because you can get through the day without eating a nutritious meal, just because you can get through the day on only a few hours of sleep, just because you can get through the day without taking a single break to get some fresh air or checking in with a loved one, just because you can get away with these habits now, doesn't mean that they won't wind up costing you dearly at some point in your future, if not right now. And not only that, what about instead of just getting through the day, you are living each day to the fullest, feeling on point, feeding your enthusiasm, harnessing your passion, stoking your curiosity like a flame that has always been on the verge of bursting into a sudden flash of brilliance. That kind of energy and creativity doesn't come from a cup of coffee. It comes from a mind and a body that has been fed nutritionally, but also emotionally, spiritually. Actually, I want to quote Simone here again. On one of the reasons she decided to step back from the 2021 Olympic Games, she said, "I feel like I'm not having as much fun as I know that for these Olympic Games I wanted to be for myself." I love that. What about fun? As adults, we underestimate the importance of incorporating play into our daily lives, of incorporating laughter into our communities. But extensive studies have proven that scheduling fun into your daily routine, get this, increases productivity, enhances creativity, promotes team morale. You know, Google doesn't have climbing walls and ping pong tables and photo booths in their offices because they want people to think it's fun to work there. It's because they get better results from their team when they encourage and incorporate play into their team's daily work lives. Look at your schedule. The more demanding your schedule is, work-wise, the more rigorous your self-care needs to be to support your energy, to support your creativity throughout the day. And any time that you feel like you don't have enough time for self-care, that is exactly when you need self-care the most. The bottom line is, high-level performance is sustainable only through high levels of self-care. Number 2, lack of boundaries with personal time. Another huge contributor to entrepreneurial burnout, especially new entrepreneurs, is not defining clear boundaries around your personal time. This can be especially challenging if you work from home because then it's even more tempting to just never leave the office, right? Look, it's normal when starting a new business to find yourself working 80 hours, like an 80-hour work week. You know, I know that hustle. I know that fun in the beginning. Sometimes it's necessary and it can even be invigorating. You get this momentum going. When you love what you do, you're working hard. It can be a rush. Feeds the ego, feeds the confidence. But we're not robots. And the purpose of your business is to amplify your life, to support your life, to sustain your life, not to overrun it or define it. We need to take time off to honor those days with the same vigor that we dedicate to our work days. And it's not just for ourselves. There are people in our lives who love us, who want to see us, who want to connect with us, who want to give us their attention, want to receive our attention and affection and exchange energy, over matters that have nothing to do with our work. The quality of these relationships are an asset to growth, our overall sense of well-being, our longevity, our friends, our families, our partners, our kids, even our pets. Taking time to disconnect from work and put the focus on them for a while not only keeps these relationships healthy and strong, but it refreshes our minds that when we do go back to work, boom, fresh new ideas emerge and creative solutions appear. Personal time is when you cultivate emotional and mental well-being. It's when you can engage in spiritual practices such as affirmations, prayer, meditation, whatever you're into. It's time to idly enjoy hobbies that delight your senses. It's an opportunity to celebrate your wins. Some personal time is when you get back to your essence. Have you ever looked everywhere for something and couldn't find it? And then someone else finds it for you in a place you already looked? 10 times you looked there. They call it looking with new eyes or with fresh eyes, right? Well, protecting your boundaries of personal time is like giving yourself the gift of fresh eyes, new eyes, so that you can connect and you can continue to do what an entrepreneur does best, discovering and uncovering new and exciting innovations that make people's lives better. And finally, on our list of most common causes for entrepreneurial burnout, number 3, unrealistic expectations. So this one brings us full circle to the all-important question that we must answer for ourselves. What is my definition of success? Beware of just listing the byproducts. If your mind immediately jumps to, well, if I want to have this car and send my kids to this school and prove so-and-so wrong about this thing that they said to me and make so-and-so proud of me for doing that thing that they said I couldn't do, these are all byproducts of success. Distractions, really. And to reiterate, you can and will enjoy all these things as they come, but I urge you to bring success closer to where you are right now. Make it attainable on a daily basis. Enjoy it on a daily basis. And don't give your power away by defining your success by how your life appears to be going through the eyes of other people. Here's a hint, they're not even thinking about you, they're thinking about themselves. The danger of using outer means to define your personal success is that it's almost completely out of your control, and the goalposts can get moved at any time. It's super important to set goals for yourself, and it's exciting to map out your year. But as an entrepreneur, it's unwise to hold too tightly to the outcomes. You're an entrepreneur, you're not a futurist. When it comes to setting goals, you can broad stroke it out, but then remain agile and prepared to pivot. Call the field plays as the game progresses. Can you imagine the courage it took for Simone Biles to tell the entire world no? And instead redefine her own personal definition of success to include being an advocate for her own well-being, regardless of what other people wanted of her. Even as the entire world was telegraphing to her that her success was riding on her performance at the 2021 Olympics, she decided that their expectations were unrealistic and created a new attainable goal of prioritizing her mental and physical well-being that wound up teaching the whole world a beautiful lesson in self-care. What power is that? What an inspiration to millions, really. Your goals are going to shift as new opportunities arise anyway, and challenges present themselves to you. As an entrepreneur, part of your plight is to be courageous enough, brave enough to take your falters in stride and not beat yourself up. When we beat ourselves up, we risk missing the lesson, because every mistake an entrepreneur makes holds within it the opportunity to advance beyond those mistakes. Being an entrepreneur is not for the faint of heart. Don't ever doubt it. You are courageous. You are brave. So thank you for joining me. And if you'd like this video, please subscribe, because I release new masterclasses every Tuesday and Thursday. If you have any questions, leave them below and I will personally respond to each and every one of them. I have one more quote from Biles and the response to why she chose over the expectations of others. And I want you to think about this for your own choices. She said, "I felt like I was doing it for other people. So it hurts my heart that doing what I love has been kind of taken away from me to please others." And right there, Simone Biles figured out a major secret to success, one that can only benefit entrepreneurs, business owners, and just about everyone else in this post-pandemic world especially. You don't have to win every gold medal, or break every world record, or live in a mansion, or wear only designer brands, or have a garage full of luxury vehicles, or make everyone else happy, or win the approval of everyone around you but yourself in order to be a success. Instead, you must define success for yourself, because in the end, chasing byproducts causes burnout that will stand in the way of getting what you truly want as an entrepreneur, which is to love what you do and love how you do it. Thanks for watching. Don't miss out on a single thing. Subscribe below. And here's something else I think you'll love.